we can't avoid being precise and careful about putting measurements for the location of boundaries and position of walls and windows, as we've been doing. But now it's time to show you the benefit of the fact that we've got a grid on. If we zoom in on any part of the design, you'll see the grid starting to appear, and if you go right in, we've got a 100mm grid here with 5 steps per half metre, and you can see the detail as we go in. What I want to illustrate is that now you can use your creativity, but everything will lock to that grid. For example, we could throw a rectangle in, and it's a simple matter to click on there and then just drag down to put some sort of rectangle in. We want to indicate a pool in there with some insert paving brick substantial slabs going across there. We could draw a line. So we can say we want a line around about this position down through here, and we can exit from there. We want to put, say, a screen wall of a large buxus hedge in there. So draw our rectangle. So you can see I'm just starting to design, and I'll drop a rectangle in like so. I could pick that one if I wanted exactly the same rectangle. I could just spin it around and copy it, or repeat the rectangle, and you can see how easy it is for me to line up I can line up the edge of that rectangle. So if we pick this line through here, and sorry, that's the rectangle, pick the line, or every one of the entities that we've been putting in snaps to the grid. You can see its length is 15,100 there, but it's N 8,900. There are no odd measurements there. Your construction team could easily use the measurements here to set the drawing out. I'll just modify and trim using that as a cutting edge, and this is a cutting edge, and do that and that. Now if I pick that line there, can you see its length is 12, exactly the same as the back boundary. Its end point in the X is 8,9, so it's 8,900 millimeters, 8.9 meters from the end there. So every one of the entities that I'm putting down through here just snaps automatically to the grid. If we wanted to put a screening wall through here, you could use again the rectangle and 2 points, zoom right in and just snap your rectangle in position. There it is, all done, and with measurements and distances it's very easy for a construction team to do. Putting in and designing some sort of slab is also easy. So it's another rectangle, and in it goes. Can you see that? Then I can move it around if I need to. Can you see that? And it is automatically jumping and snapping to control points in the drawing. That's because snap is on, grid is on, and polar is on, so everything squares off for the design for this modern courtyard. So although it was a little tedious early on, can you see laying the bones of the drawing down now is a very simple matter. We'll draw another rectangle and put in our garden bed. Up here we'll square it off with the edge of the previous one, so it will come in something like that. Then I could offset the rectangle, modify, offset that rectangle with right click, a through point, set a distance of say 90 mil or 100 mil, whatever your dimensions are, and then exit to finish, copy that, and can you see even spacing becomes a simple matter. So they're all clicking and locking to the design. So my design has changed from the sample over there. Can you see I've really not had to put any details in? I'm just creating a design, working on that grid. So that's the next stage in building this design. I've had my drawing colour set at red just to show up, so I can select all of those and say I'll change the colour back to by layer. And our design is nearly done. We have to put a water rill that will run through here and another rectangle in there for our water wall and some designs for our little paving bricks. Let's do that. Draw rectangle 2 points. Say we've got some 600mm ones. We can use the shift key and we can go at 600, 600, and in is a little rectangle. We could move that rectangle and click it on and then just copy it, and we'll get the sort of spacing that we want, and we're done. So can you see how easy it is when you've got a grid to work with?